All right, Monday Night Raw is over. Let's talk about it. Tonight's Monday Night Raw was a lot of building up to SummerSlam, which is about 3 weeks away, and a couple of matches announced for Saturday night's main event as well for this Saturday. Let's get into it. Let's hit the key points on what happened on Monday Night Raw. Brock Lesnar opened up Monday Night Raw. I mean, it was the same old stick with Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman hyping up Oba, hyping up Brock, hyping up the Hell in a Cell match, saying that they went to the court office and got a restraining order against Oba, which of course leads to Oba coming out to the ring. He beats up all the police officers, and tries to get his hands on Brock, but of course Brock runs away. And Oba had a nice, really good, passionate promo, basically saying that Brock will have nowhere to run once they get locked up in that Hell in a Cell, which I thought it was a really good promo. They have done a really good job building up to this Hell in a Cell, despite the whole Oba winning the King of the Ring tournament and not challenging for the world title bit. They have really built up this feud and this match really, really good. I'm just curious to see how far they will let them go in this match. Will we get blood? How violent will it be? But the build up to this match has been really, really good. And I'm curious to see how this match goes at SummerSlam. We had a gauntlet match to see who would be the number one contender going into SummerSlam to face Penta. We had Rusev, Ethan Page, Dominic, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and I feel like, Joe Hendry in this gauntlet match. MVP, even though he did not win, in my eyes, was Javon Evans. This man went out there and performed his ass off. Almost made it to the final. The last 2 or 3 people left, but couldn't get past Rusev. But he had an unbelievable performance. His little stint, even though the match wasn't very long, Javon and Dragon Lee tore it up tonight. I thought they had a great little match in that gauntlet match. Love to see more matches like that on Monday Night Raw. I know a lot of the fans don't care for flippy floppy matches like that, but it's a nice little mix up every now and then when we get those type of matches on Monday Night Raw. And I thought Dragon Lee and Javon performed really well together. But the winner was Chad. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I thought it was obvious that Chad Gable was going to win and then go on to face Penta at SummerSlam, seeing it's in his home state, home city, all that. You kind of figured that Chad Gable was going to win. Now, the big question is, will they give Chad Gable the title? And I think this is the biggest no-brainer. Like, you give this man the title. He performed his ass off, got over with the crowd once again once he came back and was revealed as El Grande Americano. I just think that this guy deserves to have a title run and see where it goes. You know, what would hurt? You know, Penta's done a great job as IC champion. Chad Gable could step right in and do the exact same thing that Penta's doing as the Intercontinental Champion. We had another match announced for Saturday night's main event. It'll be Lyra versus Bayley. They had a little segment together tonight where Lyra just went off on Bayley, basically blamed her for her downfall for the last year. I think this match will be a great one. Kind of disappointed that they didn't put this match on the SummerSlam card, but I still think this match on Saturday night's main event, if they give these two women time, will be a great match together. So we'll have to wait and see about that. Big Cass, if everybody remembers, Big Cass vignette tonight was shown during Raw. Now, I don't know if he's coming back by himself. I don't know if next week we see one of Enzo. I'm not sure how they're going to go about this. But Big Cass will be debuting, I guess, August the 3rd is where they show the date that he's supposed to be showing up on Monday Night Raw. Thought he did great in TNA. I thought his run in AEW wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. So I'm curious to see how WWE does with him on the main roster. Kind of shocked that they're not putting him through NXT once again. I know he doesn't belong there, but you know how WWE works. So I'm curious to see what they do. Do they bring him back as a singles wrestler, or does they bring him back as a tag team? We'll have to wait and see. What else did we get? We got Solo. I'm sorry, not Solo, but we had an impromptu match between Royce Keys and Jimmy, the same match we got from Friday. All it did was have Jacob interfere, which then led to Solo coming out and acting like he was gonna join the bloodline again, which he didn't. And then LA Knight came down and made the save and helped everybody out. So we're getting a 6-man tag match at SummerSlam. Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo versus Jacob and the Usos. So I'm not very excited for this match. I'm kind of done with the bloodline at this point. But at least Royce Keys is getting on the pay-per-view, I guess, for the positive. And then to end the show tonight, Roman Reigns absolutely cooked Seth Rollins on the microphone tonight. Great segment between the two. Basically called Triple H Seth Rollins his work daddy, and that Seth Rollins is pretty much injury prone. He'll win a championship and then get hurt. So I thought it was a great segment. I don't know what else they'll do to kind of hype this match up. It's kind of reminding me of the CM Punk and Roman stuff, where one week we get a segment with them, and then the next week they're off, and then we'll see them again before SummerSlam happens. But I thought overall Raw was a solid show leading up to SummerSlam, getting you kind of excited for it. But what did you guys think of the show tonight? Did you enjoy the ending segment? Chad Gable winning? Let me know in the comments below. See you next week for Monday Night Raw.